yo.
Welcome back to Ellen Dub.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you for tuning in with us. As always, please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, bang that bell, set the notifications to all so you don't miss a drop.
Check out the link to the Patreon down below. If you guys can subscribe to that, we'd appreciate it.
Hog family, we back, baby.
We back.
TomMacDonald with Sheeple.
You gotta say it again. There you go. we just discussed this off camera. Sheeple. It's all right. Maybe at the end of the day we'll have a new word. Yeah. Sheeple.
God damn it, whatever.
Just press play. That's all you need to do.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who would never ever
Find out who you can't criticize.
Those are the ones that are killing all the little people.
So we got the iRobot shit going on too, huh?
Yep. Big Brother is watching.
Been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis, controlled by rich folks who use the news to make hate, while elite folks control other political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, keep on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order, they let die. Play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system, change the pronouns. If gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation.
Only give you facts through a branded corporation.
Yep.
He said, I know white, what do you say, white?
Poor white.
And black celebrity.
Yeah, black celebrities making millions.
So I guess that's a flip trying to say, you know, how they majority of the time they say the black, it's the poor, and the whites got all the money.
Of course. But I mean, to a certain extent, you can't say that all white people are this way and all black people are that way. And like, those are the exceptions and not the rules. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Again, I mean, it's a political statement either way. I don't agree with what he said earlier in it. I don't know if we're going to spin it back a little bit, but he mentioned we choose sides. They're forcing us to choose sides of political parties, like Republican or Democrat or this and that. I don't personally believe that's what it was set up for. I believe the people took it into their hands and said, I'm going to be this, right, and you're that. It's not necessarily... I personally don't believe the system was set up that way for them to be like, let's divide everybody. You know, I mean, you pick this, you pick that. It was just...
Because, you know, from what I get, I'm not really into politics like that, but from what I get, supposedly all the so-called rich, celebrity, well-off, not even rich, well-off, but... was it above middle class or some middle class usually chooses Republican. Right. That's what I get. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. But at the same time, they say Democrats is supposed to be, you know, middle class and below, but you see a lot of rich people and all that stuff on both sides. Yeah. Well, you see them on both.
For sure.
I'm a firm believer everything is your choice.
Absolutely.
But like you said, there are people who follow.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. And there are people on both sides of the political party who will never vote for the other political party. And they say, I'm a Democrat, I'm staying Democrat. There's no way I would vote for Republican.
Whether I agree with this person or not.
Exactly. Whether I agree with them or not, I would never vote that way. Vice versa, Republican to Democrat. So it's just sort of, people became the division and not the political parties themselves trying to divide, in my eyes, in my opinion. So, you know, we're all given free will when we're born, and people just do whatever they do, and this is what it turned into. And yeah, now it's a mess because people did that, but yeah.
No poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation. Distort your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue the screen's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. your brain, controlling your mouth. You say lit, fleet, bet, cap, they trying to dumb you down. They endorse whatever narrative is popular to shout and use minorities in movies for diversity clout. Two sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage. Being woke used to mean you understood you were a target. And
was that a shot at the Matrix?
Maybe.
But at the same time, it's a choice. But at the same time, like you said, you ain't got to take it if you don't want to.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, he's talking about the people who are doing that, of course, which is probably a very good percentage of, at least in the U.S., of people who are choosing those sides. And he's calling them sheeple because they're following.
Not sheeply.
Yeah, not sheeply. Because they're following one or the other. And him and people like him are the ones who are just like, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to do my own thing.
Yeah, just like he said, they're trying to dumb us down by lit, cap.
Yeah, fleek. But see, again, I don't agree with that because I don't think that's what's happening. There's always going to be those words that come out no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like back in the day, we had fresh and dope and groovy and stuff like that. Like nobody's trying to control us by giving us those words. So that doesn't really make sense to me. But
it's just the lingo.
Yeah, it's just the lingo. It's just how people communicate. Even back before there was TV and radio, people were probably saying certain words that, you know, it's
groovy,
nobody's
baby,
trying to,
you know
exactly. Nobody's really trying to control you by doing that. But if you're,
and it's
you're
also,
on that popular thing,
it goes on the areas that you grow up on because, like I said, different parts of the states, whether it's the East Coast, West Coast, South, Midwest, North, like they have different words. Like
they've got,
like I said, Philly uses John for everything.
Yeah, everything. It's
we don't use
this John.
Yeah, we don't like West Coast. We don't say that.
Yeah, we don't say that.
And like I said,
it's regional.
Down there, the way they down south, how they use certain words and say it, like it just all depends on where you from.
Yeah, it's where you grew up. It's the region that you're in, and that's what you've been. I don't want to say accustomed to hearing. I was going to say conditioned, but I don't want to use that word because then it makes it seem like we're being indoctrinated by where we come from. But I don't think that's it. But yeah, it's certain things of where you are that you grew up with, and you know, it's the difference between those things in another area, another state to here. So again, I don't believe that they're pushing those words on us to control us and be like, use this new word. Now you guys are all going to be the same. Like, I don't think that's what it is.
Having two good legs and never taking a step forward. If you agree, it's free speech. Disagree, it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except the mainstream. Trump supporters labeled as the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mass became a...
Lincoln was a Republican? I never knew that.
Yeah. Well, they say, and I haven't done too much research on it, but they say back in the day the roles were reversed. Back in the, you know, like 16, 1700s, 1800s.
So nowadays he would have been a Democrat.
Right. So because what people say, a very well-known talking point for Republicans who are the over-the-top, like, you know, MAGA Republicans, as they call them, the people who follow Donald Trump and all that stuff and just idolize him, they always push back onto the Democrats and say, well, you guys are the ones who started the KKK. Democrats back in the day. But that was when the roles were reversed and it was more conservative to be a Democrat than it kind of was to be a Republican. So they bring that on and they talk about Planned Parenthood, how that was also started by somebody who was like, you know, I don't know. There's racist stuff involved. There's a lot of stuff that they talk about. So him saying that means absolutely nothing about Lincoln being a Republican because back then the roles were kind of reversed. So it took more of a role towards, you know, they kept their standards one way and then the other group kept theirs and just reversed those whole roles. So
clock history.
There it is.
Clock Scully.
Well, there's the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of which side you believe. But you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed. Because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free. Society is broken once you lock this out of cubicle. Addicted to pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals. Tell you that you're fat and poor and you were never beautiful. Then tweet how much they love you when they hear about your funeral. We can be free.
That part I agree.
Yeah, I'm about to say 100% agree with.
I agree with that.
Hey,
he was a good man.
Oh, you even fucking talk to him. Like, y'all didn't even hang out.
Yeah, like, you didn't really know that guy. Now, all of a sudden, you want to be like, oh, man, my heart's broken. Like, nah, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Give them their flowers when they're here. That's it.
A lot of people come up, say stuff just for attention.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You want to jump on that bandwagon. Like you said, you want to tweet that out and be like, RIP to whoever. Like, you don't even know who that person is.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I do it, I'm not, it's a fan. I'm not finna be, I don't know. I don't know the person.
Just saying it out of respect for that person, just to be like, hey, I heard this person passed away, RIP to that person. I think that's acceptable. Mm-hmm. But when you go on and you're just like writing paragraphs about something and you really didn't know that person, or if it's someone you know and not a celebrity that you knew, but yet you haven't talked to that person in 3-4 years. Now you're writing all this stuff, like, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's a little contradictory and just kind of like, that's a dick move in my opinion. Just keep up with that person, or just be like, oh man, I'm gonna grieve in my own way and not just tweet it out because I want people to know that I knew that person.
Yeah, because you see everybody else doing it.
Yeah. You jump on that bandwagon.
And one of the worst ones, like I said, people don't talk to people for years, and then they find out of somebody unfortunately passed, and they see it on social media, then they trying to reach out to everybody. Hey,
right.
What happened?
Right.
I always say the same thing. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Whether I know or not. Whether I know or not, I don't know.
Staying out of that. That's us between you and them.
Still we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Blue disgrace as part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. If they can't convince you, they confuse you. They want you dumb and dead. They divided you by race, religion, income, and sex. Made everybody right and left. The hatred got so intense. If the other side likes oxygen, you'll put a bag on your head. And the conspiracy theories labeled as misinformation is just a terrifying truth that scares the hell out the nation. The system treating you like trash and you got rifles to aim with. Just imagine how they'll treat you when your guns get confiscated. George Orwell, 1984 was his last lecture. George called them thought police. Now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to catch you. They don't ask questions. Mass incarceration equals capital for cash investors. The system isn't broke, it's working fine. Oppressive and chaotic is how it was designed. They say if we ain't doing nothing wrong, there's nothing to hide. While their agenda and intelligence completely classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Because they're easy to remove if
he said their agenda and something is classified.
Oh yeah, they're classified information. Top secret.
Yeah, but me personally, like, I feel the government should be classified.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it's like, it's a reason how, like, hell, I'm not saying we're the most feared, but we really don't have too many wars, like, or people trying to come over here, oppose and try to attack. But at the same time, it's like, if you have new ideas, you want to keep it classified secret. Like, you can't give up whatever your weakness is. Having, like, you can't have everything out on the table to where another country or something could just be like, oh, okay, we could do this. And
exactly. And that's the whole thing with Trump as well, when he had those classified documents. I don't know if you heard about that.
Probably not.
He took some classified documents after he was out of the White House.
Oh, definitely didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he took them to his house, Mar-a-Lago, whatever. FBI raided his house, took those documents because they said it was classified. He wasn't supposed to take them. Those supposedly contained nuclear codes. So if he had them and somebody would have get into the wrong hands of somebody else, those codes I'm sure are changed, but you're not supposed to take them out regardless. So things like
to me,
that.
That's dumb on the government part.
Oh yeah,
okay, he took it.
For sure.
Nigga, just change the damn codes.
Right.
Which
I'm sure they did.
Unless you need those codes to
to override or something with the other code. 100%. I believe that as well. But things like that should be classified. Like, are we going to give the nuclear codes to anybody else just because TomMacDonald says we shouldn't be classified? Absolutely not. Because they're going to have our nuclear codes from another country and just be like, well, let's set off these nuclear bombs right there where they stand. Yeah, exactly.
You want to see some fireworks?
Yeah, y'all want to see something? Look out your window at 12 p.m. today.
She didn't piss me off today.
Exactly. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the code. Done.
classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Cause they're easy to remove if you don't know what they are. The only people you can rule are the criminal ones. So they force you into corners till you're breaking the law. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep. Blue the screen's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems.
Shout out Nova.
Nova always on the scene. Another political song from TomMacDonald. The last one we did was a Riot, right?
Yeah, but it got messed up.
Oh, did it? My bad. Y'all don't know about that. Well, but I was basically bringing it up because it was different than what he normally puts out.
Yeah.
And now he's doing this, which I mean, he's known for the political stuff, and I get it. Yeah, I respect it. You know what I mean?
And I'll be lost during them. Like I said, I don't follow.
You don't follow politics. Yeah.
And I know some people gonna be like, oh, you need. Everybody got their choice.
Yeah.
I got boys who don't vote.
Yeah.
I mean, I vote, but I kind of pay attention. But
I mean, I get it. I get it because there's a lot that goes behind it. I think the people who complain about how things are and don't vote, those are the ones who need to go out there and vote.
Yeah.
But if you're just living your life and you're like, I'm good, I'm cool, and my kids are cool, my family's cool, hey, all good. you don't need to do any of that stuff.
I mean, even if like it'd be a shitload of props.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of them all the time.
If I would prefer just me, like if you feel like a certain prop is gonna affect you, your family, or such, just go vote on that. You ain't gotta go. Don't just go voting on everyone just to vote. You don't know what entitles.
Right.
So like, that's me. Like, vote on what you know. If you feel like none of the props, you don't care about how they affect you or they won't affect you, yada yada yada. Like you don't care about mayors, government, presidents.
Yep.
And you just want to live a life, you know, that's your right not to vote.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely right.
Do voting or not vote depend on what you feel.
Yeah. I think.
And to me, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
and it's all
good.
racist. Like, you know, some people, black, don't let Trump in because if he get in, it's this for the black people, or vice versa. Don't let Obama get in because it's this for the white people.
Right.
If you black or you white and whatever, you feel like if I'm black and Trump get in and if it ain't gonna affect me, like it don't matter.
It
doesn't
make a difference.
It's all about yourself. Like, don't just fall into the trend of. I do agree with that. Don't fall into the trend just because. Listen to everybody else. And that's like me. Like songs, music. I mean, songs, movies, TV shows. Yeah, I hear what people. Oh, this movie sucked. Hell, I might like the movie.
Yeah, everybody's got their own opinion on different things, and you're gonna react to it differently.
Exactly.
That's how it is. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm really big on voting, and I'm really big on politics and things like that. I don't let it affect personally how I am as a person. I don't create my whole identity around it. You're not going to see any flags on the back of my car, bumper stickers, or anything like that. I go out there and vote because of things that I think need to be changed, and that's always how I'm going to be. You know what I mean? I would like to vote for what's the best interest of everybody else around me as well.
Right.
Not just me, not just my kids, not just, you know, the people close to me. What most people would think would be good. So I think if everybody did that, we'd be on the same page.
Right.
And unfortunately, we're not. And like he said, on both sides, he's calling them sheeple, but the people who are not doing that, they're still following something too. So they're also sheep as well.
Right.
Everybody is. Everybody who follows anything is. And if you say you're not doing it out of the fact that you don't want to follow, you're still following those people who are not doing the same thing. So you're still that same person. You know what I mean? There's people who are woke, people who are not woke, and both sides call each other that. Like we can call him woke because he's like going against the grain, right? Like forget government, this and that. That to me is woke, but he's calling Democrats woke, right? Because we're the ones who were just supposedly for the people and stop this, stop that, wear your mask and all that stuff, and he's not about that. So he's calling Democrats sheep and this and that. I mean, it is what it is. Like, but
just,
everybody follows everybody.
This shit confusing for me.
It is, and that's why a lot of people I know stay out of it, and that's fine. You know, again, like you said, you made a good point where if you're just kind of, it's not going to affect you in those props that you're reading down. It's just like, okay, well, none of this is affecting me or the people around me or anybody that I know. What am I going to vote for? What am I going to do? And I get that.
At the end of the day, if you going in just doing that, your vote could mess it up for somebody else, or but
right. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, let us know what y'all think.
We know you will.
And we will be going through them. Good, bad, and indifferent.
Yep.
TomMacDonald. Shit.
You almost had it.
Sheeple.
There it is.
I was about to say Sheeple.
Sheeple. TomMacDonald was Sheeple.
Hey, let us know what y'all think. Your views, if you want to. Like I said, I'm always interested in seeing what y'all think or how y'all feel. Like I said, you can talk shit about me my way. I don't care. Like, it don't bother me. But
yeah.
I really do be interested to hearing y'all opinions and y'all views or comments.
Yep.
But make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Bang the bell, set the notifications to all, so you don't miss a drop.
And check out the link to the Patreon. If you guys can subscribe to any of those tiers, we'd appreciate it. It helps us bring you the content. It's one way to help us out and help us help you. But until next time,
we out.